Hi, everyone. I wanted to do a couple of reviews of imaginary authors' fragrances. I actually got treated myself to a bottle from them, which I'll be showing you guys later. Once I have everything that I ordered from Christmas, I will do a Christmas haul. I'm still waiting on one bottle to show up, so it's taking much longer than I expected. But once I get it, I'll show you everything. However, I did want to review some of the samples that Josh Meyer sent along with the full bottle. And the first one, I know I'm a little late to the party on some of these, but the first one is A City on Fire. So, A City on Fire is described by imaginary authors as a brilliant, dark graphic novel and the story of two matchmakers. Rupert literally fabricates matches in a factory on the waterfront, while Francis writes a dating column for the city's newspaper. Both are recluses who haunt the night shadows, observing clandestine activities from afar but never partaking. That changes one fortuitous evening when they are both witness to the same high-profile murder and are forced to come together as an unlikely vigilante pair in order to save their own names. So that's the sort of imaginary story written by your imaginary author. Not even sure we have the name of the author of the book. Maybe it's because of the graphic novel. I don't know. The notes are cade oil, which is actually a distillation from the juniper bush. Spikenard, which is, I think, a member of the valerian family, if I'm not mistaken. Cardamom, clearwood, dark berries, labdanum, and burnt match. I have a problem with the burnt match note. I'll get back to that in a second. Of course, it was created by Josh Meyer and released in 2014. So, to my knowledge, this is the only graphic novel in the Imaginary Authors collection, and that may have something to do with the fact that I dislike it so much. Just like the fragrance, I mean. Graphic novels usually, for me, aren't that demanding intellectually, or they sort of don't grab my attention or my interest the way some other, non-graphic novels do. And I find that the scent is kind of similarly simple. Like most graphic novels, I think this scent kind of fails at creating a narrative arc that I would be interested in following in my mind, whereas pretty much every other fragrance Imaginary Authors does this successfully. Even ones that I might not happen to care for, like Memoirs of a Trespasser, which I can hardly even smell if you see my to smell or not to smell video. I did my best, guys, at smelling that. I mean, I really, really did. All I get is dusty wood. It has some staying power, but all I get is dusty wood. So I think the whole reason why I don't really care for A City on Fire that much is because all I can get out of it is the smell of campfire smoke, and not much more. As it wears down on my skin, there's not a lot of development. Even well into the dry down, it just smells like campfire smoke. I mean, it's pretty linear to me. There's not even the telltale sign of that sulfurousness that you get when you light a match, which I thought would have been, very important to giving the novel précis, which I read off at the beginning. When you get that burnt match smell and the noses inside the nose hairs inside your nose just sort of twinge for a second, I don't get that. And that's the sulfur, sulfur compounds hitting your nose. I don't get it. I mean, I get the burning wood. The thing is on fire, but that's the smoldering smell. That's not the smell you get at the very beginning. That's not the smell of a match. If you actually do yourself a favor and smell a match head and smell a sitting on fire, they don't smell anything alike. Because a match head has a lot of sulfur in it, and I don't get anything sulfurous out of this at all. And I know I can smell sulfur notes because I can smell it in the match head. One of the things that I've always loved about imaginary authors is that their novel concepts or their novel excerpts are only the beginnings to like these really important sort of stories that you can imagine in your head as you smell the fragrance. In the case of it sitting on fire, I felt that the novel idea was kind of where things both started and stopped. And that was, even what I read didn't completely accord with the fragrance that I smelled. So, I'm not so crazy about this. I'm glad I finally got a chance to smell it, but I don't think I'll be wearing it or purchasing a full bottle anytime soon. That's sitting on fire. Bye, guys.